It's just the night of recording, it seems. This rant and ramble's about horror movies. So, this is my problem with horror movies, especially nowadays. It didn't start now. Oh, no, no, no. This trend started a long time ago. But being overly sympathetic, overly now, sympathetic with the monster, the villain of the piece. Not to say that sometimes, in a twist, the monster can be the protagonist. Yeah, it's possible. It's not as, I don't know, compelling. I always like that word. As when they're the thing to overcome, but sometimes it is. And that's the twist of it, you know. My example is Freddy Krueger. I'm not big into Freddy, and I think the reason is because we root for him, and the people he killed, we can't wait for them to die. We say, "Oh, how he's gonna kill this person? How which cool way is this person gonna die?" It fails to me when you have that. In Halloween, for the most part, the other teenagers we don't really care about, but Laurie Strode, yeah, we didn't want her to die, and to me, that's a success because we were invested in it. The girl from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I can't remember her name, and I haven't seen the movie in a long, long time, but we wanted her to get away, and when she finally did, we cheered, you know. You have to care about victims. When you don't, the movie fails on a level. It just does. You know, Jason fell into the same thing, and I call it Jason. It's Friday the 13th. The original Friday the 13th to me, is the best one because it wasn't about Jason. He was the catalyst for what happened, but it wasn't about him as much as it's about the mother and how she dealt with the grief that she felt, how she lashed out. It was unexpected. It was like almost Hitchcockian, you know. It was like the inverse of Psycho, where it wasn't the son becoming the mother, it was the mother becoming the son, you know. That was cool to me. Then it became about Jason, and it was like, you know, that's cool, but yeah. Hellraiser. Yeah, everyone likes Pinhead. But to me, part two I like because well, one, two. But in part two, there's like a redemption for that character, which was cool, you know. But also, it's like the same thing. We wanted the girl to get away. We wanted her to outsmart them, you know, to get revenge on the evil stepmother. You know, we want that, you know, for the most part because she was cool. You know, she had her flaws and stuff, but she was basically cool. You know, we could see ourselves in her. There's parts of us that was pulling for the Cenobites, that's pulled for Jason, that pulls for Freddy, that pulls for Michael even, you know. There's parts of us a movie is a reflection of wherever you are right now. I could watch a movie and be in two different mindsets and enjoy it on two different levels. I mean it'd be like two different movies for me. Or more, depending, you know. So you put it all in there as much as you can while remaining true to the story that you want to tell. You know, it's layers. Layers is the thing. You enjoy it on multiple levels. And I think horror movies have gotten away from that. It's about how we kill people. It has its place, but it shouldn't be the focus. Like with this, not the Cell, what's the movie called? Oh man. What's the movie, man? Saw. With Saw, it's like the first one was really cool. It was really cool. I didn't see the twist coming. I usually see the twist. It's very rare that I don't know what's gonna happen. I didn't expect the guy to get up. That blew my mind when I first saw that. You know. So that was cool, and then it just progressively became about the traps and how you're gonna kill people, and I think it was part three where the actual people in the game were completely devoid of anything that make you care about them. Then it don't matter. It don't matter if they get the trap or not. We don't care. We don't. That's the worst thing you could say. That you don't care. And I just stopped caring and I stopped watching them because I stopped caring about the people. You know, it's a great concept, but you got trapped in the same thing everything got trapped in. You know, I haven't seen I haven't seen a horror movie recently. I haven't watched everything that come out, but I haven't seen or heard of one where it goes back to we care about the victims, we want the victims to get away, we pull in for the people in the story, not this unstoppable force that coming against them. I think the last horror movie I watched was a Midnight Meat Train. I think that was the last horror movie I watched. And I'm not into CGI gore effects. I'm not into gore in general, but I'm not into CGI gore effects. Um, the story itself is kind of almost like an urban legend in a way, you know, where it's like these secret societies and people live underground and all this stuff. And it was cool on that level. You know, I kind of knew it was going to happen, that he was going to take over and whatever. But yeah, that's the last one I watched, and I didn't really care about him. Not really. You know. And I don't see the trend changing. I'm not saying it won't, but I don't see the trend changing. So, you know, hopefully it does though, because it'd be nice to enjoy a horror movie again, outside of ooh this person died and stuff. Because I mean that don't really do it for me. That's not why I watch horror movies. I watch for triumphs. I have not triumphed for tragedy. You know, that's about it. I don't get my kicks off people getting maimed and stuff. That's, you know, I'm not saying it's bad. You know, everyone into different things, but that's not why I watch them. And it'd be nice to find a horror movie that goes back to that concept. Um, yeah, I think I'll end it there. Although I'll probably not finish ranting and rambling about it as per usual, right? Alright, there we go.